Y'all, I have a house full of tomatoes. I've even got some over there in the kitchen. So 2 nights ago, it got down way too cold, and I had to bring these guys in. 3 nights ago, it got down colder than I anticipated, and I ended up with some damage on my tomatoes. See? So I've got some that have a little bit of damage like this, and it was gonna get even colder. And I don't want to lose any of my tomatoes. I've been working too hard, y'all. It's so close. We're so close to putting these out in the garden. We're, what, 2 weeks away now? Yeah. Can't let anything happen to them. I had my family help me bring them all in, and I've had them in for 2 days. Last night it was supposed to get really cold, but it didn't. Looking at the forecast, we're safe. We're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back out. We're getting this beautiful springtime weather, y'all. It's so warm today. I opened up the house. But I gotta get these tomatoes back out. Today, that is what we're gonna work on. And some of these guys have gotten a little tall and leggy because certain parts in my greenhouse get more sun than others. So I'm gonna kind of be moving things around today. All the azaleas can come out, so they'll have a lot more room. And we'll see. It's gonna be real rainy this next week. Otherwise, I'd start bringing my tomatoes out during the day. But I don't want them to get too wet and soggy. But let's get these guys out. I'll get it. Thank you. My camera got too hot. It shut off. But we got it all out here now. I moved my tomatoes in spots that get the most sun in my greenhouse, so that we can hopefully get these guys to green up a bit better. But you see, all my noodle beans are popping up. I see I have one little loofah came up. Look. But I've been looking at the forecast, and it looks like we've got 2 more nights at the last week of March that are going to get down to 39 degrees, and then that's about it. Last frost date for this general area is March 31st, but I'm going to be cautious about putting the plants out just because the weather has been all over the place. But so far, looking at the weather, it looks good. And if things look well with the weather, then I'll be putting my stuff out the first week of April. But these roses are ready to go out. I'm gonna go ahead and plant them. And if I do get some random cold snap again, I'll just cover them, but then it's time for them to get planted. Been busy working out here in the garden, getting it cleaned up, ready for all my plants. Lily was helpful and helped me weed around all my rock areas. And of course, Lily gave all the weeds to the chickens, and they loved it. So they had a nice little treat. I was able to mow. It needed it. I'm going to be putting down my Dutch clover. Hopefully this weekend. It's going to be rainy, so it should be a good time to put it out, and it should pop up pretty quickly. And Nathan was sweet enough, and he put up all the rest of my cattle panels.
Right there. Can you raise your side up?
I did a little bit. Is that not enough?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
Close enough. All right. You get one clip.
You see this row is all up. And I was working hard at mulching up. I was taking all the grass clippings and I put them out on my bed here. This one that's just gotten absolutely wild. This is the row I'm just going to go ahead and let come up with the crimson clover, so we'll get some of those pretty crimson flowers. I went ahead and grabbed some of my extra straw that I had, and I put it down heavy on this row, so now you can actually see. I think these are onions. This looks like a garlic. And look at these peas. These are the Australian winter peas, y'all, and they're doing great. We'll see when they flower and they actually produce something. As far as peas go, these guys have been doing much better than like sugar snap peas. They're always just so finicky for me out here. But Nathan put up my 5 cattle panel trellises.
How you doing, babe?
I'm getting cold. The sun went away and the wind came.
It was supposed to rain today, right?
Yeah, so we got lucky.
We got a sunny morning, but it looks like something's coming in. For some reason, this series of arches reminds me a little bit of you know, when Dorothy, they're walking down that forever long tunnel to see the Great Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And it's just like rotoscoped, you know, all these like
Yep.
paintings, but it's just arches and arches and arches that go on forever. People are gonna call you the cattle panel girl.
They just can't come out here when there's lightning.
Yeah.
And they are just lovely. I can't wait. I can just picture them full of beautiful plants. Can't you? This is one of the sections I had to fill in that had flooding issues. I'll be putting out my clover here. And my thick wild strawberry here. I'm going to be needing to cover these beds heavily with something. I've got to clean out the chicken house again. So I'm going to work on these 2 areas. I think I'm just going to have one more time of cleaning out that chicken house before I put my plants out. So we're going to have to figure something out. Maybe I'll have to go in the forest and get a bunch of leaves. We're going to need to bury these weeds, you guys. I like to bury all the weeds, but some stuff, you know, pops up on the sides, and I do go along and kind of clean it up. We ended up having an extra panel that we weren't quite sure what we wanted to do with. And Nate and I both decided we needed one over here. So if you see right here, and so this is the area that my watermelons are going to be. This is the spot that kind of gets partial sun. We'll see how the melons do. And I'm going to let them climb, even though last year I did have... Morrow, come here. I did have melons that climbed. They didn't do the best. And melons don't create a very strong vine like squashes do. They can handle... Squash is able to support itself when it's hanging down. Melons, not so much. So I will have to do some heavy hammocks on these for sure. We'll see how it works out. In fact, I'll probably just buy some that are handmade out of cloth. I would do it myself, y'all, but I'm just not a seamstress. But I keep trying. I did try to reupholster a chair, and well, it didn't go so well. I'm gonna keep trying, but I don't trust my seamstress skills with my melons, so I think I'll go online and find something strong that can handle. Whew, that's gonna be fun with this here, and then my bean trellis in the background. I've got this hairy vetch that's kind of taken off. We're gonna have to figure out what to do with this. Morrow, you are a mess. Look at you. You went in the pond. Yes, you did. Lily said she's gonna give the dogs a bath for me today, so that'll be good. But, see how the hairy vetch is going? And this is where the Long Island cheese is gonna go, so we're gonna have to figure that out. See, this would have gone a lot sooner. That was the plan, but when we had that single-digit 7-degree weather, it killed this hairy vetch back. So we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do about that. Probably gonna have to pull it up. I'm still not sure what to do, because I can't have it taken out, you know, my squashes. Hairy vetch gets very vigorous. But you see here is one of them that bloomed. See, they have a purple, pretty. They have a pretty purple flower. How did those sunflowers make it through that frost we had? That's wild. Look at that. Those are sunflowers. Don't they look like sunflowers too? Yeah, these are sunflowers. That is just so random that they made it through this frost. But a few of my tomatoes in the greenhouse didn't like it. That's weird. Oh, so I had kind of a wild night last night. We've been having a fox come around the house. We heard him first. Lily heard him yesterday at like 9 o'clock in the morning when the dogs went out. And she could hear the fox kind of barking. Makes this screeching noise. Last night, Morrow started barking in the night, and I could tell there was something. So I let her out. Sure enough, it was the fox. That ended up happening 4 times last night. I don't know where this fox is. Okay, you guys, come on. That fox is driving me crazy. We'll have to see how this goes. It seems to be wandering around all... This fox seems to be going all over the place. But for the most part, everything's pretty fox-proof. It can't jump over anymore like it used to do. Like it would climb up here and then jump in. The only way it can really get in now is to dig under, which is still possible. But I've noticed a huge difference between my bantam chickens. Bantam just means that they're a smaller variety of chicken. Their purpose is just for egg laying. And then we've had the Buff Orpingtons. I only have one left of those. That's a dual purpose. And they're good for eating, and they're good egg layers as well. But we've kind of switched over to bantams because they're smaller and they eat less. But I have noticed that when we've had different attacks, like last year with the fox attack, we had mostly Buff Orpingtons, and then I got like a batch of 10 Easter egg layers because I wanted some colors. The fox dug under the run, and so it gave the chickens plenty of time to get back in the coop if they needed to, but the Buff Orpingtons were kind of clueless. But all my bantams were in the coop. And it's still that way. With the last hawk attack, they were in the coop so fast. And then also the fox. Whenever that fox we can hear around, and if it's during the day, the bantams are running towards the coop so fast because they're safe in the coop. We've had that coop for 5 years and I've Never had anything get into the coop to attack the chickens. All right, we're gonna get these things planted. I think we'll plant these blueberries first, though. I guess one of the sad things about planting these blueberries is I'm gonna have to dig up some of this grass that I just planted. That's okay. We're putting some clover out in this section too. And these roses are all popping in good. Looks like I need to weed around these rocks. These are those sticky weeds. I hate these ones. They hurt. Like if you're walking through the woods and these grab you, they'll scratch you. And it hurts. I don't like these ones. What is that all over this thing? Those aphids? That's random. There's little aphids on this thing. You'd think they would have died when it froze. That's weird. This phlox is coming in pretty. Oh, hello, bee. You like that phlox too? My Japanese bobtails. I called them Japanese bobtails. That's a cat, you guys, not a bush. These are Japanese snowballs bushes. But you know what? Every time they flower, they don't have the traditional big snowball. They make more of this white flower that's flat. I don't know. Because on the package, it shows the big, beautiful snowball. I might have to start getting them from somewhere else. Let me go get my ground breaker. We can get this started. I think what we'll do first is go ahead and just set these out. I'm gonna kind of have them in a staggered line. That's what we'll do. And sadly, with the 2 nights of cold, we lost some blueberry blossoms. You are a dirty pup, aren't you? She likes butt scratches. Okay, let's get these out. Excuse you, Morrow. I have 7 blueberry bushes. I've always thought I had 6. I was wondering, I was like, something's not right here. That's okay. We'll just have these 2 rows just be a little bit shorter. Look at my lines. They're perfect. I can't wait to get a drone so I can fly it up above my garden so I can see how crooked my rows are. It kind of has a sweeping shape here. Kind of bring it in a little. I'm gonna go get my hat. Morrow just came running into the house sopping wet. I have the doors open because it's nice. I think I'm gonna have to shut them until she's dry. Let's fix this. But my mom just texted me. She sent me a picture of this place that has this beautiful just valley of lilies. And I think I gotta go there. I just wanna go lay in it. Kind of straighten this out. It's a little bit better. It doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect's boring anyway. I think that's good. I think that will give us enough walk space. Walk through the blueberries. Definitely got different types of blueberries here, I see. You can tell the difference in their leaves. See, these have a reddish, greenish blue. I don't know what kind these are, but look, they got really tall. I should have probably trimmed this back, huh? These look like the same ones, the blue ones that I got here. I just need my ground breaker. Excuse me, Laurel. What do you think? This is really fun? There's ants in this. That scared the bejesus out of me.
You got bit?
No. I just saw things crawling all over the place. It scared me. That's what happens when I leave these mulch bags out too long. These darn ants make colonies in them. That feels good to have that done. I've been wanting to do this for years. Finally did it. That soil's not too bad either. It's a mixture of, it's got clay in it, but it's got enough sand in it to where it's got good drainage. And when Lily cleans out her bunny cage every other day, I'll have her start putting some of that out here on them as well. Because blueberries are heavy feeders. Alright, y'all, I'm going to plant these roses. And then I gotta clean up my house a bit and make dinner. We're gonna have some spaghetti. And Nathan cut up one of those Tahitian melons for me this morning. I thought there was an ant on me. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna make like a little side dish with it. I think it's gonna be good. Alright, y'all, we're getting close. I'm gonna be able to put all my plants out in my greenhouse into the garden. Just like 2 weeks away, y'all. So close. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time.